Arizona, Colorado,
Mexico,
New Mexico, and California all was Mexico. Okay? Until the time of when that whole situation with the Alamo that went on. Basically, I'm going to explain to you why the white man took this land. Because General Santa Anna, they didn't want slavery coming through Mexico. The white man, they were already colonies set up out here in Mexico. And they wanted James Bowie.
William Travis, they were slave traders.
They were slave traders. And they were trying to bring slavery into the new territories. And Santa Anna didn't want that. The Mexican government didn't want that.
Against Mexican law.
It was against Mexican law. So that's why General Santa Anna and the armies of Mexico wanted to banish and vanquish all white Americans out of the territories of Texas and all of the Mexican territories, man, under General Sam Houston. And that's what the whole thing about the Alamo was all about. James Bowie, William Travis, what's the other guy's name? Sam Houston, Davy Crockett. Now they make Davy Crockett out to be this big American hero.
He was.
He was, right? But he was a straight up white supremacist, man. And by the way, Sam Houston, Jim Bowie, Davy Crockett, they hated Mexicans. Okay? These are all racists. They hated Mexicans, they hated blacks, and they hated Native Americans. Okay? And that's what the whole thing about the Alamo was all about.
Right.
Read this, man. This
is John 10:10. It says, "A thief cometh not, but for to steal, and to kill, and to destroy."
That's the so-called white man. He came and he stole everything. He stole his land. So, like I said, you Mexican brothers, man, here it is. This is your land any damn way.
And you proud to be Spanish.
But then the white man came and stole everything. And they said, we don't want you coming across the border. What about that?
Okay, I got a respectful question.
No, it's okay. No, brother,
how do y'all feel about Melanesians?
Melanesians? Well, if you're not an Israelite.
No. I just got go back from the Peace Corps. I just lived 2 years on the island of Vanuatu, where it's. I mean, Melanesians are.
Is that out in the Polynesian Islands?
Just south.
Yeah. South of the Polynesian Islands.
Melanesians they have black skin.
Okay, well, they're not our people.
They're not. Okay,
they're Japhetic people.
Okay.
So what you got to understand, not all people of color are the same.
We mixed up.
But I mean, they had similar problems.
Some of our people are down there.
They had similar problems with Australians and New Zealanders.
Oh man, yeah, of course.
They didn't call it slavery. They called it blackbirding.
Well, it was, but look, they stole Australia from the Aborigines, man.
Those are Melanesians.
The people that went down into Australia, the Europeans that went down into Australia, were criminals kicked out of England.
Oh, I'm aware.
They're a bunch of criminals, man.
And they used Darwinism.
Australia was a place where they sent criminals, man.
And they're racist as fuck.
Yeah. Of course, they're racist against the Aborigines, man. Of Australia, which those people that's living out in the outback are Japhetic people. They descend from the line of Japhet, man. Yeah. Going back to the time of Noah. Those are the descendants of one of the sons of Noah, Japhet. The Polynesian people, the Samoans, the Hawaiians, not the Orientals that went over there and intermingled. I'm talking about the actual Hawaiians, like the descendants of King Kamehameha and all those people. The actual Hawaiians. Yeah. Those are the actual real Japhetic people, because you had a lot of Japanese.
Yeah, I was just hoping, because I know some folks out there
that have all those warrior-like customs.
They have warrior-like
customs. That's how Rome got a lot of their military tactics was from the Japhetic people.
I know some people down there that would love to join up with you guys, but they just can't get off the island.
The Etruscans, they got all the Etruscans. They were known. They started that gladiator culture that the Romans took hold of, man. When after Romulus laid all his people all up in Italy, they took down the Satins and Latin, all these different Etruscan people. They took on a lot of the customs of the Etruscans. Now, when you can watch that show on Spike TV. They show you warrior against warrior.
Yeah, warrior cult. Yeah.
One of the great warriors, the Japhetic people down there in Hawaii, man, those were some great warriors.
Yeah, they were. Yes, they were. The Japhetic people. Romulus and Remus were really Japhetic people. Okay, but the Greeks came in and took over that. Where Greece and Rome and all that stuff is, that was the Japhetic people. That was their turf.
I think this is a good message, because out there in the islands, they always tell me, oh, you look like my beard was longer, mind you. Oh, you look like Jesus. I'm like, no, there's no way. I'm like, Jesus looked like Osama bin Laden or a black man, because you.
Really? He looked like a black man.
Well, I say, I would say, because they're so oppressed.
Yeah. This is white colonialism.
Ethnocentrism.
And this is also, but really, let's go back. This is really Renaissance art.
That's right.
Where they put a European ethnocentric.
There we go, right there.
Ethnocentric view because they didn't want Jesus looking like a Jewish man.
Well, it goes all the way back to cultural hegemony. I mean, that's a process of just basically, taking over everything, man.
Oh, yeah.
The whole system of white supremacy is just has been formulated by these elites.
There's a great book I want to recommend y'all.
You know what I'm saying? To continue and to forward a process.
The story of Jesus of Nazareth, more like who he was as a man and a political figure.
Oh yeah.
Not as like them.
I heard about
I thought it might not have all been true, but it had interesting views in it.
Yeah. Well, a good book to read for you would be Josephus. Now
I'd love to read it. I'd love to read it.
Josephus is called.
Antiquities of Antiquities.
Josephus.
The Middle Eastern gentleman that was over here, he asked us, well, how do we know that Jesus existed? There's many documents that confirm that there was a man on the earth. Well, his name wasn't Jesus, but what modern society calls him Jesus. There was a man who the world knew as Jesus that actually walked the earth. He was recorded in Roman records.
Historical records.
Roman records.
In the Vatican.
You don't have to convince me. I'm just out here. I think this is good.
Yeah. I mean, the history of the Lord on the earth is well documented by many different scholars. These people don't want to recognize the manuscripts that we have in the New Testament as true when it's the most tested and the most criticized group of books in the history of the world, man. And nothing can hold a candle to how many manuscripts and post-manuscripts that we have, man. We literally have tens of thousands of straight-up manuscripts, and then we have even more of just Pope Fathers writing each other and quoting scripture. Now, when you go on YouTube, you can see that with just the post-manuscripts alone, you can reconstruct the whole New Testament and only miss like a few sentences.
How do you feel about the Council of Nicaea?
Oh, the Council of Nicaea was set up to incorporate a lot of things.
Oh yeah.
A lot of deception that came out. They were being wicked.
Well, the book I just.
There were several councils. I mean, Council of Nicaea.
They just ripped out. They ripped out testaments and
they didn't. I mean, it wasn't about. It was about eliminating it in the culture of the day and incorporating paganism and incorporating because of political pressure from the surrounding nations. They were compromising, and that process happened over and over again. But the integrity and the veracity of the Hebrew that we have, and the Greek and Latin that we have, overwhelmingly is sufficient to know that the couple of books that you have in the Bible, man, recorded history. Let alone just look at the book of Jeremiah and Daniel by itself. These guys were recorded and known to be alive before all their prophecies. Every top scholar recognizes that Jeremiah was alive writing before the Babylonians came and took down the nation of Israel. It was prophecy. Same thing with Daniel. He prophesied that the Greeks was coming. He prophesied that the Persians was coming. I mean, come on. Ain't no other book holding up to the prophecies of the Bible. They were saying these things and they're happening. It's clear as day, man. You can't get around it. You can't get around it. Okay?
Yeah, that's why I take some photos. Is that all right?
Yeah, do it. Yeah. Take pictures of the
lawsuits, man. We're gonna lawsuit against the city of Dallas. Yeah, man, we might have to, you know what, man? I want to say something to the spirit of the Lord. These damn devils keep messing with brothers. We're gonna have to get back into the paperwork, and we might have to start discussing with you brothers, preparing to bring lawsuits against the city of Dallas, man. And hold on, let me say this real quick. Right? We're gonna, like I said, these devils keep messing with the camp because what this is a violation of our constitutional rights. We have a constitution. The white man is so big on the Constitution, and they're so big on freedom. That's why we over there fighting for freedom. But here it is in America, you have a group of men that want to stand in the corner in a free America, supposedly, and voice our opinions and our views. Isn't that what the founding fathers died for and shed their blood for?
Right.
For freedom? All right, man. But here it is, we're here trying to exercise our constitutional rights. First Amendment constitutional right, reading the Bible, and we're not reading the Quran, we're reading the Book of America, the Bible, right?
Right.
But yet we have the authorities sending people up here to mess with us, to get us into a fight so they can arrest us because they don't like our views. So that's okay, man.
But they can go bomb everything.
But you know what? Like I said, brother, we're going Lord willing, we're going to sit down, we're going to start drafting up that paperwork, pulling out that old paperwork. And we did it in New York, man. We brought a Title 42 lawsuit against the city of New York. And won. So through the Spirit of the Lord, man, they keep messing with us. We're going to have to get down and call up, get the lawyers, and maybe we might have to bring a Title 42 lawsuit against the city of Dallas, man. You know, if this persists, and this is a total violation of our constitutional rights, and it's a total violation of our civil rights. And you know what? We'll get white Jewish lawyers too. They love stuff like this.
Oh yeah, they do.
We'll get the Jewish lawyers are the best lawyers. And you know what? Them guys know that we call them the devil, and they know that we say that a lot of the lawyers, they were Jewish lawyers. And they told us, look, yeah, we know about you guys, the Israelites, but you know what? You have a right to do what you. They get mad or they get angry.
Oh hell yeah! They get infuriated.
Them so-called Jewish lawyers, they get angry. Like this guy, he died, he passed away, William Kunstler, back in the 60s and the 70s. He defended the Black Panthers, he defended the American Indian movement, he defended Jim Morrison. Okay? So, a guy like him, them Crusaders. All right, read this.
Hey, this is Luke 21 and 15. It says, "For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay."
That's the scriptures, man. That's what we're bringing out, this word. So no matter what they do, no matter what they try to do, that's why I kept saying to the brothers, just keep reading the scriptures, brother. Just keep bringing the scriptures out. Just keep bringing them scriptures out. No matter what these devils do, just keep reading, man. Just keep reading them scriptures. Because at the end of the day, they can't fight against the word of the Lord. They can do whatever they want to do. They can lock us up. They could kill us. They could kill us. But guess what? The Most High can raise us back up. Or the Most High can raise up other brothers in our stead. But no matter what, this word is going to keep going out.
Keep on more. I'll jump to 17. "And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake."
That's right. That's for whose name's sake? Yahweh Shai. Well, the Most High, we say Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, but the main man is Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai, who the world calls Jesus Christ. Okay, which he didn't look like this guy that we got in the sign over there. He was a so-called black man according to the Bible, and we can prove it. Okay? That's why our own people hate us. You know, Esau, the so-called white man, comes against us, but you know what? That's his job to come against us. Genesis 25 and 21. We wasn't meant to be. Look, man, there was people talking about racial equality, not racial equality, racial harmony. Racial harmony was never meant to be. Okay, you got that? It was
Abraham Lincoln knew
it was never meant to be. Okay?
We would have already achieved it.
Or otherwise, it would have already been achieved.
We would already achieve it. We tried to get along with you. The so-called white man has been the most disagreeable group of people in the history of the world.
That's right.
You can't get along with them, man. They're going to eventually just kill you, man.
Well, you wasn't meant to.
That's right.
Really, it goes. It goes deeper than. It goes deeper than even that.
Yeah, it does.
It goes deeper than the fact that the white man brought black people to slavery. He stole an Indian's land and all. But it goes deeper than that. It goes way back to the book of Genesis 25 and 21, man. And we can read that. Matter of fact, read what you got.
Let me get 11 real quick.
Okay, read that.
Jump to that.
And we're gonna prove it out the Bible. We ain't gonna talk no more.
This is Genesis 11 and 1. "And the whole earth was of one language and of one speech, and it came to pass as they journeyed."
And that one language and one speech was the Hebrew.
That's right.
The ancient Hebrew. During the time of Adam, during the time of Noah, everybody was speaking the Hebrew, the holy tongue, the Lashon Kodash, which means holy tongue. Okay?
So,
Yeah, read on.
And it came to pass as they journeyed from the east that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. And they said one to another, "Go to, let us make brick and burn them thoroughly." And they had brick for stone, and slime had they for mortar. And they said, "Go to, let us build us a city and a tower, whose top may reach unto heaven, and let us make us a name."
That was known as the Tower of Babel. Read on.
"Lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth." And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower which the children of men builded. And the Lord said, "Behold, the people is one, and they have all one language."
Yeah, the Most High didn't mean for that to be. The earth was created for people to scatter each nation and the people of the nations of the earth to be in their own lands. The Most High or God didn't mean for everybody to be together hauled up in one place. It was meant for the different nations and everybody to be separated, and each nation to have their own lands with their own people. Read on.
That's right. And this they begin to do, and now nothing will be restrained